My name's Lisa Appignanesi. I'm a writer and sometime academic. Well, over the last 50 years, which I've had some kind of access to, given my age, much has happened to make the accessibility of universities themselves, as well as the ideas that come with universities and the people who teach within universities, able to circulate their points of view, their knowledge, sometimes their humor, sometimes their criticism, throughout society. And I think their presence is very important. There is something rather special about having a sense that there is an area that you have a depth of knowledge about. But there's also something doubly special in knowing that you have that knowledge, but are also therefore able to question and to instill the spirit of questioning throughout not only the university itself, which is a universe, of course, but through the rest of society. And that's been extremely important with the sciences. It's been important with medicine and epidemiology. We saw that during the COVID pandemic. It's been important with statisticians and a kind of education, both within the universities, but also outside them, into the way in which numbers and the use and misuse of numbers play into our daily lives. So, you know, I do think universities as sites of multidisciplinary, not only expertise, but ways of addressing the world, the material world, the world that we cannot see, in other words, the physical world, but also the other kind of world we can't see, the world of ideas, of philosophy and history, the humanities, is extremely important to everything that we taste and know. When students go to university and they don't feel too anxious and they don't feel that they have to perform all the time, their natural curiosity will take them to many, many places and will stay alive for the rest of their lives. We now live very long lives, and we have lives in which we go through perhaps many different jobs or careers. And then we perhaps stop, we'll have good fortune to be able to stop doing some of them, and we still have time to live. And, you know, the curiosity persists. You want to travel, you want to carry on reading, you want to carry on seeing images. I mean, you go to museums and there are a lot of people there still full of curiosity and past a certain age. And all of that has taken them through life, and they're still alive. And when they lose that curiosity, it's as if passion has drained from them. I have a very wide or eclectic view of what it is possible for the human mind to go into with passion. And I think, you know, most subjects that human beings come up with might be worthy of pursuit. And they'll find out in the course of doing them whether they are worthy of pursuit. So you may be chasing the sense of nostalgia in the 14th century, and it may give you a very, very great sense of why our contemporary politics have become so polarized. We don't live only in our discipline or our field of study. We also live in our times. We live in the community where we are and the politics that we inhabit. So yes, all fields are wonderful and important, even the ones that some people now scoff at because, you know, they're a little bit too pragmatic. It's true that people go into business studies because they want to pursue a career in business. There's nothing wrong with that. That too can be taught well, and in fact has been taught well. What's difficult is when it becomes a kind of fetishized zone, and that only one way of seeing or doing is permissible, and nothing else is all right. That's when the intellect closes down. So, you know, the first universities, Socrates, Aristotle, the classics, what were they about? They were about questioning. And sometimes that questioning got you into trouble. But the ability to be skeptical, the ability to find out different and new, the ability to tell stories about things we haven't inhabited ourselves, and the stories link you to the individuals within them, is wonderful and crucial and needs to go on. I think the young who go to universities do have a passion for knowledge. They may not necessarily characterize it like that, but they want to learn. And wanting is already a passion. It's already an emotion that says, yes, let me know more. They don't go in thinking they know everything. And what university professors and teachers do is they encourage that thinking within different disciplines. And they encourage it not only as thought, but they encourage it as, you know, an accumulation of things that are already known, facts. They encourage it as a way of saying, let's have evidence for what it is that we think. So what they encourage is a form of critical judgment, which says this set of facts doesn't work, it doesn't lead me anywhere. But this set of facts, this knowledge, is something that has wisdom in it that I would like to pursue, or that I wish to know, I wish to have it. So there's passion in all of that. I don't think anybody who teaches doesn't have it. If they're more research-oriented, then they have it around the research. Research isn't easy. It takes time. Everything that takes time takes a certain kind of energy, a certain kind of stimulus. And that, I would call that passion. I love that quotation from Martha Nussbaum about the fact that we're training generations of useful machines rather than complete citizens. Because what does it mean to be a citizen? It means that you can question the status quo. It means that you question the world around you. And that is very, very important. And the humanities are important to that. Because what do the humanities do? And the social sciences? They ask us to look at the world through a great many sets of eyes so that we can see it from many different points of view, and we can question what is there in what we have read or what we've studied, as well as what is there in the present. There are a lot of injustices everywhere. We're aware of that, and we need to keep remembering it. You know, the world has grown quite terrifically well for a long time, but it's also created new forms of inequalities, prejudices and horrors. When you study with a questioning spirit, you see how to approach these things as a citizen, as somebody who's a member of a society and a polis, if you like, a political sphere. And we need these people.